What? 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 Why can't you? 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 I did this. Why can't you?
Mikey, he left. Hi and welcome to Headliners. I am Tim. Mikey is usually here, but he left. So we're gonna do this on our own. Welcome to Headliners. I am Tim. Mikey, come back. The show started without you.
You done talking to Sin yet?
Yeah, I just gotta say that this is welcome to Headliners. No. Play the thing so I can do the promo stuff.
Fine.
Hi, this is a Bin Network podcast production. We'd like to thank all of our patrons who keep the lights on. Patreon.com/Bin Podcast. The patrons include Hayden, Russell, Ollie, Claire Levert, Dutch, and tons of mice.
Sir, you know we made a thank you video, right?
Yeah, I thought we were still doing the stuff for Patreon though.
Okay.
All right. Hey, listen,
I put it in the video.
I'm just trying to plug the Patreon.
I hear you. I was just saying I made a video so that we could stop messing it up, remember?
I thought that was our bit.
Oh. Hi, Russell.
So I
just want to point out something. It is 11:05 a.m. here in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Stinky Mama is still asleep.
Wow. Did you actually get sleep?
She has been staying up till 2:30, 3 o'clock for the last 3 nights. I told her this would catch up with her. Now look at her. Sleep, knocked out cold. I mean, it's been loud in the house. They're cutting the grass. So right through the fucking all right. I warned her.
I continue to not get reliable sleep because my dog doesn't like being asleep at night anymore. So
I'm a wolf. I like to hunt at night.
He is currently passed the fuck out because I gave him a sleeping pill.
Okay. Hey, sleeping pills work.
Yeah, he gets half of one and then he's good for 4 or 5 hours.
Got them THC pills, dog. He said, "Let me get a gummy, homie. I'm trying to pass out."
So what do you want to do first? Actually, Mikey, do you have any banter? Should we banter for a minute? We have a guest coming later.
Yes, we do have a guest. Scott will be with us in the 12 o'clock hour.
Or the 1 o'clock hour, depending on which correct time zone you live in.
I'm not confused about which correct time zone I live in. I don't know which you live in that you think
Eastern Standard Time.
In your wicked perception, your twisted, malformed coalescence of brain particles. Nothing too much going on. I don't think anything funny happened that I was like, I'm saying that for the show. I haven't had any good trolls on Kristen. Oh, I don't know if I told you about this troll, but this was something I did in the last summer. So when I was working at the grocery store, they would occasionally have random toys.
Okay.
Who wants a random toy? That's so stupid. They had the little it's like a little potato gun looking thing, but you put the balls in there and then you pop them out.
Oh, yeah.
I bought those and I let them sit in our bedroom for over 2 years. And then when she came home from work, she opened up the garage door and there was just a chair and then her gun on the chair. And then I just called her and I was like, good luck. Click. I played Spy Break, which is that
Yeah.
on a Bluetooth speaker. I found an elevated position and I lit her ass up.
That's hilarious.
I'm still finding those things.
I do have an unhealthy amount of Nerf guns
Yes.
that Amanda facilitates. And we do have the occasional Nerf battle.
Sometimes you gotta let them know.
Yeah.
This is not just a pretty face. This is also the face of an assassin.
She bought like the hardcore ones too. She's got it's got a drum magazine and
Whoa.
it's battery powered.
Whoa, cheating. Cheating. You only get to use rubber bands and springs. Hold on. All you just hear is
Exactly. Listen, you hear the winding sound, you're like, oh fuck.
It's just like getting stuck in the drywall. Oh god! It's like a fucking 50 cal mounted on the back of a fucking pickup truck.
I had a friend who had one of those. It was a Vulcan cannon Nerf gun, and it was belt fed.
Is it for fucking taking out drones? It's like anti-air foam missiles. Oh boy. I think my vocals. I've been working on my sound effects because you guys are gonna be playing Delta Green pretty soon, and this is gonna be horrible. You're all gonna hate me. Hi, Diz. I have to leave him guessing. I can't let him know anything. One Acre Pagan, Simply Secular Dave, Blake, Jan Wallace, Alistair.
Oh, you know what else I got once? I used to get those loot crates, and one of the loot crates was a Halo. Was like it was a Halo 4 like ammo box. That's where I store all the Nerf guns in.
Oh my god. So did you ever play Battlefield?
Yeah, I played Battlefield.
If you want to get me and any of my cousins, because we all play me and Reed would play, and then Raven would be like playing on our phone and be watching. Bro, it is the funniest shit. Like anytime the support class, here's your ammo, pick it up. We all start cracking up because I'm telling you, so many drunken nights of here's your ammo, pick it up, it's your ammo, get your ammo. And the guys just like getting progressive matter. So we're just like throwing the ammo on people aggressively.
We already got a super chat.
One of your pagan.
Another White House ambush by Drums and Co. WTAF. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
What the actual fuck?
It didn't go so well for Trump this time.
I mean,
the Zelensky thing didn't go well for him either. He had a fucking blow up and threw Zelensky out of the White House.
No lunch for you. You can eat your lunch on the bus.
Once again, if I'm one of these heads of state and Trump is like coming at me, I'd be like, I don't need to be here.
Dude, I am a whole ass president. Do not talk to me like that. Oh, wait. I got that one.
Do you think you can talk crazy to anybody? Have you lost your mind?
With his McLaren in the background. Ugh. That throaty V8, I think they have.
Oh, yeah.
You think you can talk crazy to anybody? Have you lost your mind?
Supreme exhaust sound. All you petrol heads out there, you're welcome. That's a oof. I'll never have one of those. Nor should I. I do not need a supercar by any stretch.
Another super chat from Alistrom.
Did the South African president scalp Trump's rump? I need that on a shirt. We need to print that out, Put a big screen again. I need to screenshot that because that is it's such a headline, right? Did the South African president scalp Trump's rump?
Yeah, you probably see that on like an old timey newspaper. Extra, extra, read all about it.
I need the mic from the ceiling. I need it to be filled with smoke in here, and I'll talk like this. Moments ago at the nation's capital. Was that mid-Atlantic accent?
Dateline, Washington, D.C.
I always I'm like, there's that accent that's like the American broadcaster, but I'm a fan of the local news broadcaster, and all of them sound like this. Everything's a little bit more extreme because I'd really like to get a big contract. This is so funny how they all have the same rhythm.
Yeah, yeah.
And the notes are kind of contrary to what you might believe. Everyone should talk like that. It's so annoying.
If everyone talked like that, no one would take anyone seriously ever.
I think you have been sleeping with my wife. That's her in your bed right now.
And more at 8 o'clock.
You have other people's wives scheduled for your bed. Some say tonight at 10, others say at 11, others say at 12.
So are we gonna go straight into Trump and the president of South Africa?
Let me get his name right. Ramaphosa. That's not that hard.
A dude clearly not taking Trump seriously.
I mean, he even tried to put on a big. Well, here, let's unpack this properly. This is Cyril Ramaphosa. He is the current president of South Africa. That is a shit stain. Anyway, this brilliant gentleman, I think, and people can get mad all they want to. Oh, you switched me.
I didn't know I switched you. Sorry, my bad.
My speech.
There we go.
I was monologuing. My cold open is hot. So this is Cyril Ramaphosa, and I think he has done a perfect job in how you deal with Trump. If you're a small economy, if you're a small country, and you need something, and Trump is crazy.
Yeah.
He is like the whole time I'm watching this, I'm like, this is a supreme politician, diplomat class, level 20, with 3, you know what I'm saying? Like with 3 barbarian bonus levels. Like this dude understands how to get what he needs for his people from adversaries.
Right.
It was horribly embarrassing as an American, especially as a Black American. And just like, don't embarrass us onto the continent, man. We gotta represent good. You make us look bad. Hey, Zero, you're not in the show. So I think when they started taking questions,
Trump has really like made these little press things like a huge deal. They're only supposed to be like, they're only supposed to be like so you can take a picture together.
Couple of handshakes, couple of what kind of burgers you gonna have, and then they walk out. Like
and this is like an hour long, and where Trump like rambles about shit. You should go to the part where he brings up like all the people that were supposedly killed and has like papers and information. And it's like dead.
I forget what there's like a lady that is his like visual aid person, and he's like, Valerie, can you get the lights down, Valerie? Can we get the lights down? I want to show a video.
We got another super chat.
Oh,
from Alistrom. So it was a failed ambush then.
Hey man, you can't ambush Wakanda, baby. He came prepared. He was like, okay, so there's gonna be an ambush up here. So everybody be ready. Lights down. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Is this the page? 0. Fucking knock it off, dickhead. Jesus Christ, scared the shit out of me. God, he makes me jump.
Excuse me, turn the lights down. Turn the lights down and just put this on. It's right behind you. Johan.
There's nothing this parliament can do with or without you.
So I'm conflicted. Oh, yeah, I'm not muted. So I'm conflicted if I should be dancing to some of this stuff because it had a beat. Like I'm not. Release 0. What do you? We take a chunk out of Trump's rump, Mikey Tim. Well, air horns 3 times. No, because he wants to go out and look at what they're doing. He doesn't want to attack anyone. He's gotten out before, and you know what he does? He just walks up to him and then he like tries to leave with him. I'm like, you fucking traitor! You come back. You live here.
Love that guy.
Every fucking Halloween, this motherfucker try to jump in somebody's bag and leave. I'm like, I don't give a fuck how bad it is here. You don't get to sneak out in a bag.
Let me tell you the funny story about Zeus. When he was a younger pup and he could see.
When he was a young warthog.
It was the day before Thanksgiving, and we were doing stuff in the basement, and he had been afraid to go into our basement because we had just moved in. He didn't know it was down there.
It's haunted.
And we had the Bilco doors open, like the metal storm doors to the basement open to move stuff in. And he, the first time ever, ran all the way down the basement stairs and out the storm doors, and he was gone.
Got to change my name.
He was full on gone. We looked for hours to find him. And luckily, my mom was like on a group, a Facebook group for like the town of Stratford.
Mm-hmm.
And someone was like, "Oh yeah, I have your dog." Come to find out,
there's a very angry pug in my yard.
Come to find out, he had walked a mile. He had crossed our main street to the other side of town, and someone picked him up. He didn't have a collar. He didn't have a tag on him at the time because he didn't have a harness on. We didn't think he was going outside. And the person like had to go to work or whatever, so they left it with a neighbor, and the neighbor had him chained up in their yard. And when Amanda went to go get Zeus was like, "Get the fuck away from me." He was like, "This is my new home now."
Hold on. What if that's not Zeus? What if this has been a totally
bug?
Yes. Zeus faked his death.
He's a Zeus variant.
It's like Loki, but he's an alligator. Like this is a different pug.
Zeus just like found a new family. He didn't give a shit about us. He was like, "Get away from me. I don't know who you are."
He's like, "You dragged me down into the ghost locker, and now I will never forgive you. I have dog vision. We can see ghosts." That was fucked up, man. I told you. But yeah, I will try not to dance to the hate mongers. I mean, they be dancing.
People are going to occupy land. We require no permission from you, from the president, from no one. We don't care. We can do whatever you want to do.
Got the lights lowered.
Who are you to tell us whether we can occupy land or not? We are going to occupy land. South Africa occupy land. That's who we are. Whatever we want to do, we can withdraw my membership from this useless parliament.
Well, you can't really see the video, but it goes on for over a minute, I'd say. And look at the South Africa, like Ramaphosa is just sitting there like, "Lord, did he get the longest clip possible to play?"
He's just sitting there like, this motherfucker.
It's catchy. I don't know. It's catchy.
I'm saying to you, was not called for the killing of white people.
Oh, that reminds me. I got to get M'Baku's quote from Black Panther on the soundboard that I will feed you to my children.
At least for now. I can't guarantee the future. Yeah, but I mean, you'd understand somebody watching that, especially as it gets shared on Twitter. They freak out.
Can't hear.
So there are both sides of the road. You have crosses.
Trump fucking narrating the video.
Right.
Those people were all killed.
Have they told you where that is, Mr. President? No, I'd like to know where that is because
I'd like to know where that is too.
Yeah.
Breaking news. Your boy, your favoritist news boy, Mikey Famine, was up very late because my daughter hates the night. And through my research, guess what I found? I found this. Ooh, weren't they clips from extremist EFF party? No, even better. Roll the footage.
In Newcastle, with over 1,000 vehicles with tractors included, doing a convoy, raising awareness of the killing of farmers in the country, including here in KZN. But to bring us more into the picture, I have with me Mr. Derek Brown.
Notice anything over his right shoulder?
Oh, yes. A cross.
A farmer here in the area, sir. Thank you very much for your time. Just tell us briefly, sir, the message you're trying to convey with today's protest.
The message we're trying to convey is farm murders must stop. I don't mean just murders of white commercial farmers. Farm murders must stop. More needs to be done to prevent farm murders. Each and every one of these crosses represents almost 10 commercial farmers that have been murdered over the last few years. And as you see, there's over 500 crosses making an avenue here today. And we're here today also to mourn the death.
Oh, another cross right there in the background.
Yeah.
Of Glenn and Vida Rafferty, a farming couple from Normandine, here in the area where we are now, who were brutally murdered on Saturday evening when they returned home from town.
So we also see here a banner directed to President Cyril Ramaphosa saying, how many more must there? What kind of intervention do you want to see?
We want to see action. We want to see more visible policing. We want to see the criminals and these murderers brought to book. We want to see the government taking a lot more interest than has been taken in recent times. We are ever thankful that Minister Begitele visited the area. Deputy President Mabuza has also mentioned farm murders. It was discussed in Parliament this week. So hopefully this is going to be a turning point for stopping the scourge of farm murders.
Mr. Brown, thank you for the time, sir. Well, there you have it. The farmers saying they want...
Well, there you have it. And this is probably some fake news clip from 4 years ago. From 4 years ago. Huh. So yeah, that's the footage. He had some helicopter footage of those people who are not just, oh, the white farmer has been died. Oh, wait, I got something for that.
Ow! Oh my God! Help me!
That is not what happened. So no, not each one of those crosses is every one of those is a memorial over 1,000. No. First of all, it's 500. Second of all, it's not. It's over a course of years, and that footage is 4 years old.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
way to go, lying dickhead.
this I've never seen. But okay.
I mean, it's in South Africa.
It's in South Africa.
Am I really informing you? No, I'm not. I'm misleading you.
And I did some back of the envelope size comparisons. South Africa is about 5 Illinois.
Yeah.
So it's a decent sized country.
We need to find out.
And look at him just like, let me just breathe.
Look at Trump. Trump's like, I got him.
Got him now. So here's the ambush portion, right? So if you are not a skilled diplomat like Ramaphosa, you might not come in here ready to play ball. But here, Trump's about to pull out his papers, and we'll show the counterplay here.
Okay.
Mr. President, the Pentagon announced that it would be accepting a Qatari jet to be used as Air Force One.
What are you talking about?
NBC hitting him
Oh,
up.
man. He's like, why are you asking me about this again?
What are you talking about? You know,
Is it the news that he's actually fake? Is that he's actually the fake news? Yes. Yes. And we're going to talk about how that relates to his competence once we're finished with the clips. Oops. Here we go.
you gotta get out of here. What does this have to do with the Qatari jet? They're giving the United States Air Force a jet, okay? And it's a great thing. We're talking about a lot of other things. It's NBC trying to get off the subject of what you just saw. You are a real, you're a terrible reporter. Number one, you don't have what it takes to be a reporter. You're not smart enough. But for you to go into a subject about a jet that was given to the United States Air Force, which is a very nice thing, they also gave $5.1 trillion worth of investment in addition to the jet.
How does he think that that number is real?
I don't know. And like, it's not like they invested the money today, right?
Yeah.
It's $1.5 trillion over 10 years, probably. It's not like there's like, here's a sack of money. Do whatever you want.
It is a sack of money because I'm going to borrow against that sack of money that they're promising.
Also, that Qatari jet is 13 years old and they couldn't sell it. So they're giving it away. That's why they're giving it to him. Because they can't get rid of it.
I'm going to be the biggest boy. I'm going to be the biggest boy at the ball and everyone's going to love me.
I love Tesla.
But they don't make planes. Not yet.
Go back. You ought to go back to your studio at NBC because
Go
Brian
back to
Roberts
your
and the people
studio.
that run that place, they ought to be investigated. They are so terrible the way you run that network, and you're a disgrace. No more questions from you. Go ahead.
I'm bringing back free speech. I'm bringing back free speech. You're a piece of shit now when I answer your questions because you make me feel.
Plenty of things are bad and wrong, but it doesn't make them fascist.
I mean, he was just like, "Yo, what's up with that jet, though?"
Yeah. He's just asking. He's like, why are you asking me this question again, motherfucker?
Go ahead, talk about.
Oh, also, Ramaphosa has also complimented the renovations to the White House. So stop it, you. Enough. I'm right here. I got a
Get him
microphone.
zero.
Enough. Relax. Stand down. You're not gonna do shit anyway. But yeah, he flattered him and he told him how cool it looked inside. And wow, look at all the gold. Isn't that impressive?
It's so nice.
So pretty in here.
It's so nice in here,
He's making
guys.
Peter something. He's a terrible reporter. Quiet. Let's go.
Quiet.
Is he telling people to be quiet?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Grandpa is look at his face. Grandpa is ready for a nap.
Oh
He
my
is
god.
done. I'm getting sleepy.
So aggro.
You know, a woman could never be president because they just can't handle their emotions. Meanwhile, this like, you're a bad questioner. So, you mad, bro? Why are you mad, bro?
What would you like President Ramaphosa to do about the situation
I
that we've
don't
just
know.
seen on the screen?
I don't know. Look, these are articles over the last few days.
Few days.
Of people.
I couldn't read that one. The Times Live is this source.
Death.
American.
I think
It's not Thinker because it's got too many.
Is it Tribune, maybe?
Death. Horrible death.
Yeah. The Daily fucking
Daily
Mail.
Mail. Come on, bro.
Yes.
The Daily Mail.
I don't
The New York Post.
know. Pick
These are
anyone.
tabloids.
White South Africa.
These are fucking tabloids. These are internet tabloids. And he's in front of the South African president, Cyril Ramaphosa, with this bullshit. God damn, he is so embarrassing. And you can tell people just give him shit and just lead him out on stage. And he just stupids around for a little bit.
Here we got another super chat from one angry pagan. Mandarin Party Monkey put him on the naughty step.
Yeah, he's in timeout. I'm guessing that's what naughty step is. The timeout step.
That's probably it's super nanny stuff.
She is something else, that super nanny.
Africans are fleeing because of the violence and racist laws. And this is
He's reading that for the first time.
He doesn't know how to read.
I'll give these to you. So when you say what would I like to do, I don't know what to do. Look at this. White South.
This is the same one from last time. This is I think it's the American Thinker.
The American
African
Thinker.
couples say
Look it up.
that they were attacked violently.
And then, Chuck, when will you go and see for yourself if it isn't?
Well, I could do that. Look, here's burial sites all over
Will you go to South Africa to see the white genocide yourself? Well, I could do that, but here's another article.
the place. These are all white farmers that are being buried.
Here's another
And
New
he
York,
asks about
another New York Post he's got held in his
a
hand.
jet that was given. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You know, you are so bad. You're such a bad reporter.
So Mikey, I looked up the American Thinker here, and wow, is this garbage?
Mhm.
You got articles calling Ramaphosa a communist, and an article about toxic femininity
In South Africa?
No, in
Oh,
Germany. In Germany.
What?
There is some wild stuff here.
Why are they like this? Why are they like this?
There's an article with the title, "You can be a Trump supporter. You can be a Trump supporter and a good Christian."
But that's just journalism, dog.
Just journalism.
Just journalism.
Top level. Best of the best.
All right, here comes a so this is the embarrassment has ensued. Ramaphosa has the best counterplay I've seen in a while.
If they flee, do you feel that the numbers of people that want to leave South Africa because they feel they're going to be dead very soon? Yes.
Yeah, he just badmouths Africa for those 2 minutes that we missed.
I was going to say,
Brian, go.
if I could just ask you a question. 72% of farmers in your country are white. If they flee, do you feel that maybe the economy could collapse? You may not have a gap to fill in those people that need to replace those farmers.
You know,
It's funny that they can Google certain statistics, but they can't Google other statistics. It's just very shocking.
It's a Ben Shapiro mentality where you get the facts that meet whatever criteria you're looking for. Like it's a bias. It's a logical fallacy. You're just looking for stuff that you already found and want.
And also, if the people want the white Afrikaner farmers to leave, and you're saying they're scared, they might have to leave. Aren't you afraid? I think they want the land to farm it, sir. So no, the land was wanted for farming, and a lot of the land is not being used for farming. But he didn't look that far into the issue.
We got another super chat.
Oh, this will be good.
Sucking us dry and.
So they scrape the bottom of the barrel to get info on that crap just to fit it in their own agenda. I mean, yeah, that's what they do.
And it's not even fitting well. It's so sloppily tailored.
I'm a minister of agriculture who is white, who comes from an opposition
let me get white bread on the
party
mic.
mine, who's joined my government at my invitation to address
Dexter
this very issue, including the question that you've just raised. John?
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Mr. President, thank you for
Kiddos up, I'll be right back.
the White House.
All right.
I would say we have a real safety problem in South Africa. I don't think anyone wants to candy coat that. And it requires a lot of effort to get on top of it. It's going to require more policing resources. It's going to require different strategy to be able to deal with it. But certainly the majority of South Africa's commercial and smallholder farmers really do want to stay in South Africa and make it work. And I've just come from the largest agricultural show in the Southern Hemisphere with organized agriculture and farmers, and the majority of them want to stay. But they too, they have a memorial to those who've died as a result of farm attacks. And as the Minister of Agriculture, it is something that I'm particularly exercised with my colleagues at police and my colleagues in the justice cluster to start making farm attacks and stock theft a priority crime. And it affects all farmers in South Africa, particularly stock theft. It has a disproportionate effect on smallholder black farmers. I also want to just say this, that the two individuals that are in that video that you've seen are both leaders of opposition minority parties in South Africa, Mkhonto weSizwe under Mr. Zuma and the economic freedom fighters under Mr. Malema. Now, the reason that my party, the Democratic Alliance, which has been an opposition party for over 30 years, chose to join hands with Mr. Ramaphosa's party was precisely to keep those people out of power. We cannot have those people sitting in the union buildings making decisions. And that is why after 30 years of us exchanging barbs across the floor in Parliament and trying to get one over on each other.
Is Trump dropping off? Yeah, probably.
Precisely to keep that lot out of government, because the day they get in to the doors of the union buildings in South Africa or control of our parliament, that's what you're going to see. And that is why this government, working together, needs the support of our allies around the world so that we can strengthen our hand, grow our economy, and shut the door forever on that rabble getting through the doors of the union bodies, because then South Africa's future would be.
So you denounced that type of language in the video that you saw?
Oh, yes. We've always done so. As government, as my own party, we are completely opposed to that. We, in 1955, adopted a document which said South Africa belongs to all who live in it.
But why wouldn't you arrest that man? That man said, kill the white farmers, kill the white farmers. And then he danced, and he's dancing, and it's kill the white farmers. I'm not sure, but I think if somebody got up in Parliament and started saying, kill a certain group of people, he would be arrested very quickly. That man is going all over South Africa, and that's not a small party. That was a stadium that holds 100,000 people, and I hardly saw an empty seat. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of representation. And those crosses, we have dead white people, dead white farmers, mostly.
Emphasis on white.
In Australia, they're being inundated, and we're being inundated with people that want to get out. And their farm is valueless. It's valueless. And they just want to get out with their life. And this is a very serious situation. And if we had a real news or real press or media, we don't have that because they won't talk about this because they're all guys like that idiot. But if we had a real press, it would be exposed. And you know, the beauty of exposing it is it's like a cleansing action. When it gets exposed, it'll get fixed. That's when it'll get fixed. But people don't talk about it. And I'll tell you who's talking about the thousands of people that are fleeing South Africa right now.
We discussed USAID and the devastating impact the cuts are having across the African continent.
Yeah, well, it's devastating, and
you are correct. He is very fucking rude.
Spending a lot of money, and I've talked to other nations. We want them to chip in and spend money too, and we've spent a lot. And it's
not about the money. It's about the food.
Problem going on in many countries. A lot of problems going on. The United States always gets the request for money. Nobody else helps, as you know. Europe doesn't help. Europe hasn't given anything. All they do is sue our companies. You know, they sue Apple, and they sue all of our companies. Apple had to pay $17 billion on a nonsense lawsuit.
It wasn't a nonsense
But
lawsuit. It was a monopoly lawsuit.
We're going to always be there to help.
Sherwood Rice to South African Broadcasting. If this Afrikaner resettlement issue is resolved, we're going to go into a room after this. You guys are going to talk. If it is resolved, what is the potential for the future-looking relationships?
It's fantastic. It's got to be resolved. It should be resolved. It's a little bit bad when you see a stadium with 100,000 people in it, because that means it's more than just a little movement. It's a pretty big movement in South Africa. So it has to be resolved. It'll be the end of the country if it's not.
Is there potential for the relationship moving forward?
I hope so. That's why I'm here. I mean, I'm not here for my health. I'm here to see. No, I'd like to see. I have friends. I can tell you, Ernie Els and Retief Goosen, they feel so strongly they wanted to be here on behalf of South Africa, not on behalf of me. And, they said, can we be here for this? Because they love the country. Ernie, do you guys want to say a couple of words? I hate to put you in this. This is tougher than sinking a 3-footer.
Golf jokes.
Many 3-footers.
Thank you, Mr. President. And thanks for the honor of being here. We've known each other a long time. We have spoken. We're proud South Africans. I still have my South African passport. We travel with this passport, and I got my visa here. So, but we want to see things get better in our home country. That's the bottom line. It's been 35 years since the transition. President Ramaphosa was right in the middle of the transition time, in 1990, and before that. So it's been 35 years of ANC government, and I know there's a lot of anger, through the transition. There was a lot of stuff happening in the apartheid days. We grew up in the apartheid era, but I don't think two wrongs makes a right. President Mandela, when he came out of prison for all that time, didn't come out with hatred, and really.
No other U.S. president holds these weird fucking meetings where he ambushes other heads of state.
In '95, 4 times. We won the.
These are supposed to be like 2-minute long press briefers. They're not.
We won some majors. It's called.
Here, we'll turn that off for a second. These are supposed to be like 2-minute long, like take a picture and then we all go home. Not hour-long press briefings with the head of state. Like there's no actual reason to do this kind of nonsense.
Okay, I made it. Sorry.
It's okay. We were just watching Trump, be Trump.
So what just happened? What'd I miss?
They talked about the plight of the white farmers in South Africa. And Trump was like, I don't know, what should we do about it? We got to do something about it. You should put these guys in jail who are trying to kill the farmers. And then, I don't know, he gave it over to this guy. I don't know who he is or what he's talking about.
This guy's a golfer.
Oh, yeah, he made a golf joke, and Trump made a golf joke. And I was like, oh.
Again, this is how you play a dictator. Number one, he brought white people in to repeat exactly what he said, which is important. And also, he brought in golfers, which is Trump's fucking Achilles, Trump's bone spur, if you will.
Right.
And he also brought him a 15-kilogram golf book or 7-kilogram golf book, something ridiculously heavy. Because Trump's a fucking teenage. He's a fucking 11-year-old. So the biggest golf book ever. I have it. Yeah. Masterful work here.
Yeah. Oh, I muted it.
Going on. Business is getting involved with government. Farmers are getting involved in local municipalities.
Will increase. I've been against apartheid all my life, and I'm their number one target. Please just Google my name and Malema. You'll see it, sir. He marched on the farm.
The crime is bad.
The crime is terrible, sir, but Mr. Steenhuisen won't admit to it, but he runs the Western Cape, where I live. And the biggest murder rate is in the Cape Flats. Gangs. We've got gang warfare. Like your M33, what were these guys?
MS-13.
We've got equivalents.
Yeah.
But we need
He had M33 tattooed on his knuckles. That'll be the next one.
your help, sir. And we need Elon technology.
Well, one of the real areas of support.
Elon's there. He's there right now.
I think so, yeah.
He's sitting next to JD Vance, hoping that that wet spot on the couch isn't there for a reason. Like, why the fuck is Elon there? That's funny.
God damn it! Say thank you!
Have you said thank you yet? Fucking JD Vance.
He's scared of black people. That's right, bitch.
We've got to grow our economy, because through growing the economy, we're then able to create more jobs. Because crime really thrives where there is inequality and unemployment. And that is one of the reasons that has brought us here, to improve our investment relations, our trade relations.
He said, I'm about to get off this tariff list. I'm about to get some Starlink. I'm about to get some free drones. Look, y'all finna be friends with me. He's playing them.
So that we can...
we got a super chat.
Super chat.
One angry pagan. Instead of bitching about the EU, he and the tech oligarchs should pay their damn taxes and abide by set regulations. So damn pathetic.
And then we wouldn't have to argue over anything, because we'd have to decide what to do with all the money.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, we'd actually have to have conversations about, okay, no, we have this much. We can take out this whole problem or do parts of this and parts of that. Like that, those are the arguments I wish we were having. Now it's like, all right, which state's kids don't eat this month? Like, that shouldn't be the negotiations. We should be debating how to spend the money, not what to not spend money on. It's not like we don't have enough. We're the richest fucking country ever in the history of countries. Someone's not paying their fucking fair share of taxes.
We got another super chat. Watch the Musk video. Fannies all. I believe there was a video posted in the chat just on Musk from this little press conference.
Do we have it?
I think it's in the chat. Let me see.
I can't click on things from here, can I?
No, but I got the chat. I'll get it.
Okay.
Damn, we're getting all the super chats today. We got another super chat.
Uh-oh.
You read that one while I find the video.
Questionable obscenity. 5 British pounds. The statement that Europe gives nothing in aid is categorically false. As of percentage of GDP, I believe Sweden gives the most, and the USA doesn't make the top 10. He just says words. Just like he fucking got up there and embarrassed us again with lying ass videos with shit that are not the case. Just wrong. Videos.
I posted it in our chat.
Mr. President, decide what will it take for you to be convinced that there's no white genocide in South Africa?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you for this. Look at the smugness. Look at his little he looks like a Muppet. Oh my God. Oh, look at, so who's on the couch? So we got JD. Hey, why is Hegseth there?
Yeah, why and
Lutnick.
These people aren't supposed to be here.
And then there's Miller. Who's this kid with the Harvard tie?
Is that the Secretary of the Treasury?
No, that's Besant.
That's not Besant?
No. This is a younger person. I don't know who this is.
To be convinced that there's no white genocide in South Africa.
Well, I can answer that for the president. It's for him. No, seriously.
I heard his laugh when I was watching that. I was like, I I know that sound.
Have him answer.
No, I know the answer. It will be.
Our president will respond to you.
What a fucking ghoul.
Yeah.
Mr. President.
It will take President Trump listening to the voices of South Africans, some of whom are his good friends, like those.
I don't think we got to the part, or maybe we did and I missed it. And Trump's like, yeah, Elon's from South Africa. I don't know if people knew that. And yeah, you could just hear the whole room just go like,
No, nobody knew.
yeah, we knew that. Yeah, we was off. You know, Elon's from South Africa. I don't want to bring him in on anything.
Those who
You're
are
a
here. When we have
blower.
talks between us on the quiet, around the quiet table, it will take President Trump to listen to them. I'm not going to be
Look at his face.
repeating what I've been saying.
Look at his face.
I
He's
would
so
say
mad.
if
Yeah.
this is Afrikaner farmer genocide, I can bet you these three gentlemen would not be here, including my Minister of Agriculture. He would not be with me. So it'll take him, President Trump, listening to their stories, to their perspective. That is the answer to your question.
But, Mr. President, I must say that we have, no, wait.
He's so deflated. He's so deflated.
He did not like that answer.
No,
We
he
have
didn't.
thousands of stories talking about it, and we have documentaries.
Look, he's like, come on, I gave him all those papers. Why isn't this working?
We have news stories, and that is Natalie here. Somebody here to turn that.
Natalie, can you get the lights, Natalie?
Natalie.
I should put that on the board when he sounds confused and put an echo on it, like Natalie.
I could show you a couple of things, and I have to. It has to be responded to.
Yeah, sure.
We have. Let me see the articles, please, if you would, and turn the lights down.
Micro expression. He flashes a smile. That I knew they came from him.
Let me see the articles, please, if you would, and turn the lights down. Turn the lights down. It has to be responded to.
Yeah, sure.
We have. Let me see the articles, please, if you would, and
He's like, yes, the articles that I gave
Turn
him.
the lights down, and just put this on. It's right behind you, Johan.
Nothing this parliament can do.
Yeah, we're not gonna listen to that
All
horrible
right.
audio again.
Oh
That's
man,
funny though.
that is funny. Elon got so upset. You could see it in his face. Also, all the drugs. All the drugs.
So there you go.
Reserve.
So there you go, brethren and sistren. He's lying.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
That is a lie. So when you're out in here, let me give you guys the link. So you can take this out with you into the field and make it actionable. Do not allow dumbasses to browbeat you in the comments about the hate protest thing, whatever. You tell them they're full of shit, and there's the link that proves it.
We got us. So we were clicking at the same time. My unfinished journey, super chat.
Those
Hail
uppity
Nero.
women now. They want the right to choose. We'll split people on. Tide goes in, tide goes out. You can't explain that.
Hail Nero, Mikey, and Tim, and T-Dog floundering.
Tiny Tim over here, or Tiny Trump.
Yeah. All right, Mikey, I got one for you.
Hit me. Hit me. Stop trying to hit me. Hit me.
Linguini, martini, bikini.
Dick.
Hey, how come it won't
Remove mine.
Oh, remove yours. Remove. Add.
I'm not offended.
You have been removed. Sir.
Ah!
It's your favorite people.
Air horns. Wait.
Wow. And see, that's why we gave him the wrench.
Air horns. You got air horns, no?
Oh, I have air horns. Yeah. I thought you were doing air horns. You were just saying it.
Congratulations to LB, things, stuff, and more. Wayne Lewis, Martin Harrow, David Stothard, and Meg the Artist. You have now become Binsiders thanks to Alistair. Thank you, Alistair.
Alistair, the best.
The King
All
of the North.
Now it's on to your favorite show, Paper Shuffling.
Oh my God, no.
With Mika Brzezinski.
I just realized what was happening to me.
Okay, let's get right to the news. The House Rules Committee is holding a meeting right now on the Republican Party's massive domestic policy bill to advance President Trump's legislative agenda. The lawmakers convened at a 1 a.m. hearing to process and debate any changes to the legislation. More than 500 amendments have been submitted to the committee, most of them from Democrats. This meeting comes after President Trump visited Capitol Hill yesterday to pressure some party members to get on board with the bill. Behind closed doors, Trump warned conservative hardliners against steeper cuts to Medicaid. He also criticized some blue state Republicans pushing to raise the state and local tax deduction cap known as SALT. President Trump spoke to reporters afterwards.
Who told you I said I'm losing? That's what we heard inside the room. But wait a minute.
Who told you that?
Super chat, air horns.
I never used the term. I didn't even talk about it.
To British pounds from Sarah Davies. Have a super chat, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love that guy. Holy shit. Oh my God. It's louder when you're sharing screen.
Oh, is it louder when I'm sharing
boy.
screen?
You don't have to change it. It's fine. I'll deal. I was just not, I was like, snap me back to reality. Whoop, there goes gravity. Whoop, it knows that is he. Shit. That's fun.
That's funny.
I'm ready.
Buttons. Hit the right one. There we go.
I think we're going to get.
Don't know.
Losing patience.
Haven't had enough sleep.
Anybody that told you that is a liar.
And this morning, we're learning that House Republicans may be closing in on a deal to address the state and local tax deduction. 4 Republican sources familiar with the matter tell NBC News. You know, yesterday we had J-Mart on, and basically he said the ideology is Trump. And if he goes to the Hill and he tells them what to do, you know,
there you go, Mikey. There's your paper shuffling.
What's the process for it?
Why
What's
can't they
ideology?
fucking
And he'll
be
say, just get
still?
it done. This was J-Mart yesterday morning, and
We got another super chat from Chrissy.
Hey, air horns.
Air horns.
Let's see with the 2 British pounds. I'm in a good mood. Have a super chat on me. Thank you, Chrissy. Everyone's being very generous. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Dude, the paper shuffle is not like, it's like not a dance that's like catching. They cannot fucking stop pinpointing their lapel mics with pieces of paper. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. You're in broadcasting for 20 fucking years. Stop. Get a tablet. Something. Do better. God. But if they need fucking 65 fucking size font, God, piss
looks
me
like
off.
that's exactly what happened. And now, even on SALT, looks like they're coming close to a deal on SALT.
Yeah, President Trump
Pause it real quick.
said in
And to be fair and balanced, Cenk Uygur used to wear a fucking watch all the time, and he would clack it against the fucking
Oh my
desk with his
God.
fucking rants, and he would do this, and his fucking watch would hit. I'm like, take the fucking watch off.
Oh my God. That
Lord have mercy.
just the scraping sound of the watch on the
Yes.
fucking desk.
It's like, stop. I know you think you're a big tough guy, and you got to have a 7-pound watch on your arm, but your poor desk is being demolished, sir. Have a thought of the desk. I'm sorry. I'm done for now.
Not respecting the business.
in the room to Congressman Mike Lawler of New York, who's been pushing for a higher cap, like a lot of other in New York, and some blue state Republicans saying, Mike, just drop it. Just drop it. So after all that, we'll see if they drop it fully, but it may not. They may not get what they want, those Republicans, and there are all many sticking points. By the way, Donald Trump supported raising the cap on SALT during the campaign, but there are sticking points from conservatives like Chip Roy, who's saying what you've been saying all along, Joe, is that we're supposed to be fiscally conservative as Republicans.
Right.
And if this passes in its current form or even close, it's going to skyrocket the national debt well
Yay!
beyond what it was.
You
World
figured
War
it
II. They're going to set a new
out.
record, 125%, 130% of.
Yeah, isn't
did
that the
it.
whole point?
We've been saying that shit the whole friggin' time.
And once again, for our UK listeners who may not know, SALT means state and local tax. So
it means sodium chloride.
yeah, sodium chloride. But basically what it is federal tax deduction on taxes you pay to your state and local governments. And the Republicans, there used to not be a cap on it at all. Until 2017, there was no cap on it. And then the Tax
No
Cut and
cap.
Jobs Act put a $10,000 cap on it, which pissed off the rich people who live in like Connecticut and New York and California and all these states where like there's high property values and high taxes because of property taxes. And now all those blue state Republicans, there's no blue state Republicans in Connecticut, but New York and California for sure. They're getting a lot of shit from their constituents who are rich and would like a higher deduction or the limit to be gone altogether. For people like me and you, Mikey, it doesn't matter. Regardless,
Still
we don't itemize deductions. So,
I mean, I could if I wanted to waste everyone's time and get less money.
yeah. So for us, it doesn't matter, but for the wealthy who have high property taxes, they pay a lot. It matters.
Ha.
Yeah. So what they're talking about is still rich people shit.
Of GDP.
Right.
That's not supposed to be who we are. So we'll see if they can hold the line there.
Well, I mean, they already set those records in Donald Trump's first term. And now if you are on Capitol Hill and you claim to be a conservative, fiscal conservative, you cannot vote for this bill. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I was, shoved in back corners of leaders' offices and said, you have to do this or else. You just can't do it.
You imagine freshman Congressman Joe Scarborough being shoved into like congressional locker rooms.
Yo, now, correct me if I'm wrong. Look at his face. Real good. Look at it while I say this. Look at his face. Look at it. Look at it. Are you looking at it? Look at it. He is the human version of Mike Wazowski from Monsters, Inc.
Oh my God, yes.
He's right there with the
Oh my
chin,
God.
and he is Mike Wazowski. So when you said freshman him, I thought of like Monsters University Mike Wazowski. That was homeboy, Mr. JoJo.
Joe Scarborough got picked on in Congress, and he doesn't like it. He doesn't.
So did Bernie.
Yeah, but Joe Scarborough was like, he was a conservative. He was a Republican, and he got fucking hazed. We all know he got hazed.
He had to drink a beer out of like a dead pig's butt or something.
He had to go on the House floor naked while the cameras were rolling.
Yo,
C-SPAN caught that stuff.
Yo, as a fucking spicy individual, I can tell you the fact that people tolerate and go through hazing is just beyond me.
Yeah, that's
like my grasp of social things is already pretty tenuous at best. So the fact that I'm going to allow someone to do something I don't like so I can be in a group that I don't care about, yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm built for that kind of.
We determined we were going to balance the budget, even if it meant that we were going to lose all support from everybody in leadership. And we did. And we still got reelected, and we balanced the budget. And these guys are sitting there and never say, oh, what can I do? My party's coming on. The president came to. You can say no. You can just say no. I mean, it worked for us. And by the way, you don't need a ton of people to do it. We had like 11 people, 11 hard no votes. And there are 2 or 3 people that don't want to add. Like that are going to go along with adding $10, $20 trillion to the national debt. I'm telling you, the crisis that's going to ensue from this fiscal insanity over the past 20 years. I'm going to say pushed mainly when Republicans are in office, if you add up the numbers. We're going to come to a cliff. We're going to fall over, and it's all going to come back to this vote. This is the time they have to get serious. Moody's is downgrading us. You've got Ray Dalio and others on Wall Street warning it's much worse than you think it is. Jamie Dimon's getting a little warning. This is not a close call. $37 trillion going toward $38 trillion. And I swear to God,
Hey, this is going to help the deficit.
Year, and every year they pass crazy budgets. I don't get it.
And it's a fiscal crisis.
That's about all we need from Joe. He made his point, but he's unfortunately correct.
I mean, it's hard not to get this right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Should we just completely bankrupt the poor? Yes or no? The poor is probably going to vote no. Some of them are desperately hoping for a yes, but those people are unwell.
That video was from yesterday. The Republicans in the House did pass the budget by one vote, 215 to 214, and now it has to go to the Senate to be passed there, which is questionable at best. Because
I don't think it's happening.
There's a number of Republicans like Rand Paul who will never vote for it.
Nope.
And
I think Hawley's out.
I think Hawley's out too. He seemed like he was out in some of the hearings.
Because they want to, like, Missouri is, especially after all of the tornadoes that just rip through there, now is not the time.
Yeah.
And there is no way he's going to be able to swing that with the show me state.
Yeah. I think the states that really need the help from FEMA are going to, their senators are going to be hard pressed to.
Kentucky, both of the Carolinas.
Yeah. Especially because FEMA, this is a little side story. I don't know if we cover this, but FEMA does not have their plan for hurricane season finished.
Yeah. Well, we're not ready.
Hurricane season starts in a week. So
they're underprepared.
They're very underprepared. I don't think they want to be prepared because, once again, the Trump administration doesn't want FEMA to exist. So they want all that to be on the states, and obviously the states don't have that kind of budget. No one's out there with a state budget to handle disaster relief by themselves. Like even California, which Brenna likes to say has this world's 6th largest economy all on its own.
5th.
They don't have the money to do disaster relief on their own. So I don't know how the federal government expects any state to do it.
Well, and it's not only that, it's if they knew that they would have to take care of their own disaster relief on their own, they wouldn't have been dumping all of their tax money into the federal system just for it not to be reciprocated. You know what I mean? Not for it to bounce back when they need it.
Yeah.
If it's going to be an every man for themselves situation, then you can fully expect all federal money from states to not be going to the federal government. They will just hoard it.
Yeah. And states have to rethink their budgets. That's what Connecticut had to do.
Yeah.
Because they're also not giving as much money to, education. So the state has to, like we had a small budget surplus and it's going to go to places we didn't want it to go. So it's a little crazy because the federal government is not stepping in and doing what it's supposed to be doing.
No, and they're hard at work. Look, here they are at 1 o'clock in the morning.
This morning, I want to start with maybe a fairly simple question. Just by way of context, as you all know, we started this hearing at 1 a.m. and I have been on a journey, I guess.
So Tim, you know how we both are not sleeping in the nighttime as of current?
Yes.
I saw this go live and I thought it was like a fever dream and like a replay. And I literally turned it off. I was like, why is this coming on at fucking, that's not real. Whatever. Just someone trying to get some clicks out here. I had no idea like the actual thing was going.
Request for a very simple answer to what I think is a fairly simple question, but it's been proven elusive thus far, and the chair was unwilling to engage with me in a colloquy earlier on it. And really, the question is, why was this hearing noticed for 1 a.m.? Why have we spent the past 5 hours debating this bill in the dead of night? Of course, I have a theory, and it's that this bill is indefensible and that House Republicans know that full well and decided that it would be in their interest to hold this hearing in the dead of night rather than in the daylight. But I wonder.
There you go. Number one question. MAGA, where you at? MAGA? Hey, MAGA. Why did they do it in the middle of the night? Leave your comment below.
Here's my conspiracy theory on why they did it in the middle of the night.
Birds.
Yeah, birds.
The birds are asleep.
At 1 a.m, they guarantee the least number of people are awake to see this, and they can just do whatever they want, and people find out about it the next day.
I mean, it was televised. How come you guys didn't watch it?
We did it. It was public.
Oh.
The chairman, have any thoughts on that front? Chairman Green, any observations you might?
Kate, I swear to God, Kate, let me find something. I'm gonna punish you for that. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Let me find something.
Bill Poole is a shame. He's shameful.
How dare you?
Fettuccine, linguine, martini, bikini.
I almost read that out loud. I would have been a fool.
Offer as to do you think it was prudent for this committee to convene in the middle of the night?
Walking in the street.
I don't have any opinion on when the committee is called. I'm an ER physician. I work day and night. I'm an ex-Army Ranger. I work day and night. It was 3 o'clock in the morning when we flew into Baghdad.
I'm an Army Ranger. That's why I hold hearings at 1 a.m.
All right. Listen. Don't act like motherfuckers acting like this Congress is productive.
Yeah.
All right. Like they don't have
bills.
Like they don't have the most days off any Congress has ever had. Like they're, oh yeah, when I was an Army Ranger, we held hearings at 3 a.m. Like
when we rolled out for hearings in Baghdad. Like, what are you talking about, dude?
Like, come on.
Did you fly out of Baghdad at 3 a.m. to get to DC to do a hearing? Because this is about DC hearings.
Yeah, don't act like you're doing this because, we work late for the government and blah, blah, blah. Like, come on, guys. You don't do shit. This is the least productive Congress in the history of Congress.
Perhaps they are all vampires and the Dems ran out of garlic.
I mean, maybe. That could be it.
Does garlic work on vampires, you think?
It depends on the kind of vampire, I guess. Like, if you think about, like, certain vampires from certain movies, garlic does work, but, like, it's to ward them off. It doesn't, like, kill them. You gotta do the stake in the heart, right, for the vampires.
Was the first vampire Italian? Because there's no way that an Italian vampire would look at garlic on some pasta and be like, no thanks, like he's got to go. He's got to go. And I'm with him. My wife's part Italian. We eat some parsley and we eat Italian seasoning up in this bitch. I'm with them. Sometimes you got to go down.
So, Mikey, we've discussed on the show before that you're a super smeller and a super taster.
Correct.
Does she do the garlic to you? Because garlic is like a foundation of all Italian food.
Truth. I do most of the cooking, so I police the flavoring. Like she would eat very bland food had it not been for me. So I can put my level of flavor on things and it doesn't bother. She still likes it.
Yeah. Okay. Because like because garlic and onion are like,
there is no onion in this house.
There are like two of
There's
the
been
three
onion
parts.
in this house one time and I remember it. She had one of those like, they send you the meal things and she had to like brown some onions that came in the pack and I was like, I hate this. I hate you. I hate this. I hid in my office. I put a blanket on the door. I had my window open, the fan on. I was like, I hate this. She's like, it's so good. I was like, I don't care. It's terror. It's like Smeagol. My Smeagol clip. All right. I have many things to do.
Time doesn't matter to me.
Okay. How about this? How long have you been chairman of the Homeland Security Committee?
I'm in my second term.
Second term. How many years? That 3 years?
That would be 2+ this year, which I guess is
2+.
Sorry.
Couple years.
A year, 2 years and 5 months.
You've held a lot of hearings.
We have. Yeah.
Have you noticed any of them at 1 a.m.?
We've had some markups go past. I
Not
think,
if they went
one.
past. Have you noticed any hearings at 1 a.m.?
I have not, no.
What time was the markup for your committee on this bill?
On this bill, I think 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Chairman Jordan's markup was around 10 a.m. too, because I'm on his committee. The same goes for Chairman Westerman. The question I have is why the Rules Committee decided to deviate from the protocols that the chairs have apparently established, those who are testifying in front of the committee. Why this committee, the Speaker's Committee, decided to gavel in the middle of the night to take up this bill? It's an interesting question, and I've yet to get a good answer, but maybe the third panel will perhaps provide some clarity. Chairman Jordan?
I was going to say, when you got a great product, you want to get after it and get it passed.
Oh, is that right?
This thing cuts taxes, secures the border.
Let me talk to you a bit about the product, Chairman.
Jim Jordan.
Jim.
I'm pretty sure this is what the chairman wants to happen.
If you followed all the instructional material, you just
and forget it. Pavlovian response.
Chairman Jordan, so I want to talk to you in particular about the contempt provision. So this is
I just looked the other way, just like all the scandals in Sandusky.
Section 70302, a restriction on enforcement. You're familiar with this provision, right?
Where's Nagoose from?
I don't know.
I keep forgetting.
This is the
I keep forgetting where
You know the
he's
provision I'm talking
from
about?
anymore.
I'm waiting for you to explain it.
Okay, well, you're testifying. I was going to ask you to explain it. So my understanding of the provision, you can tell me if I'm wrong or incorrect, is that this provision would bar
Colorado
any federal court from enforcing a contempt citation in a case in which an injunction or a temporary restraining order has been issued if security, that is to say money, has not been provided or ordered by the federal.
So this is the big part of what they're trying to sneak through. Blah, 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 blah. Jamie Raskin comes in. What they want to do is, I mean, I don't know why it's in the budget, but let's say, Tim, the house down the street is on fire. Your car is parked out there, and the firefighters are in such a hurry that they they run over your car, smash it all up, and you've got damages.
Okay.
So they say they're going to take care of it. They don't take care of it. You have to sue. What this is purporting is, if you want to sue the government, you need to pay for the jury. You need to pay for the court. You need to file all the papers. You need to get the court. Like, you need to take care of all that stuff. You have to do all of that financial shit up front first. You need to do it because you're bringing the case. It has never been that way when you have to sue the government.
Right.
They want the people to have, you need to have the money to, there's going to be a financial hurdle in the way of you trying to get recourse against the government in legal ways.
You have to be rich to sue the government, which is,
correct.
More oligarchy. Yay. Clap, Mikey. Clap.
Damn it.
This is what
clap
they
for the
want.
fall. Clap for the fall.
All right, Mikey, I got another one for you. We'll change gears a little bit here. Share a screen.
Scott thought it was next week.
Oh, Scott thought it was next week.
Yes.
Oh. Now, add. No. What's going on here? Buttons? There we go. All right.
Good.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's the one on the far right.
This is Marco Rubio testifying in front of a Senate committee on
Little Marco.
appropriations. Little Marco.
Wait, can you still hear this?
Nope.
Damn. I was about to say, that's incredible.
Your new role. I look forward to working with both of you. Secretary Rubio, I am deeply concerned that you have overseen a systemic campaign to dismantle USAID impound billions of dollars that this committee actually provided, and unilaterally remake the Department of State without the slightest bit of concern that you lack the authority to do that without Congress. It has created chaos, it's caused preventable deaths across the globe, and it has undermined American leadership. As Ranking Member Schatz noted, what you've done is outright illegal, a complete violation of bipartisan appropriation laws, the Impoundment Control Act, and the Anti-Deficiency Act. Within hours of taking office, President Trump halted all foreign aid in flagrant defiance of the law. Now, under your watch, Secretary Rubio, that freeze was implemented with chaos and cruelty. And then you illegally shuttered USAID, placing everyone on leave, halting life-saving work, literally locking people out of the building and out of their
we need that on the
devices,
board.
even in dangerous corners of our world. You
Yeah.
paid people not to work,
Please clap.
abandoned our partners across the globe, and chaotically recalled global staff, putting more than 1,600 Americans who served our country abroad in limbo. And when you shut down the USAID payment system, you even refused to pay for services provided before the illegal freeze. You fought all the way to the Supreme Court, paying for against paying for services U.S. businesses already rendered with funding that Congress already provided. And I know you know, Mr. Secretary, but you lost. And I assume you need a reminder because to this day,
Get 'em.
you have not made all the payments that are required by our nation's highest court. And as a result, American companies continue to lay off American workers. And by the way, you do continue to lose in court, including just yesterday over your move to illegally replace the U.S. Institute of Peace Leadership, and in recent cases over international broadcasting. Now, eventually, Mr. Secretary, you sent Congress notice of your intent to collapse the USAID into state. Only you didn't consult with this committee. That's required by law. It came without justification, also required by law, and it came long after USAID was reduced to rubble. So sadly, disregard for our laws and values, to me, has sort of become a pattern of your tenor, revoking visas when someone writes an op-ed you don't like, or reaching a secret deal to use taxpayer dollars to jail U.S. residents in a notorious foreign prison, no due process, or pointlessly leaving food assistance to rot in storage. Actually, in Dubai, we now have 500 tons of high-energy biscuits that expire in July. They're bought, they're shipped, they're stored, all at taxpayer expense. But you've condemned them to waste, and that is one example of many. Now, another pattern that I'm deeply worried about is transparency. We have pressed you for information. Our staffs have sent you countless emails and briefing requests so we can do our job here. There are hundreds of unanswered requests and no effort to address them. And Mr. Secretary, that's got to change. Even your plan to reorganize the State Department came with no information on the 270 offices you are moving to eliminate, the proposed layoffs, or how USAID would be merged into state. I won't ask you whether impounding billions of dollars is legal. It is not. I won't ask you whether it's efficient to pay people not to work or fire them without determining staffing needs. But, and I won't ask you if cutting 91% of our counter-narcotic and law enforcement program.
I want to go back a few seconds because I have attention deficit disorder and this caught my eye.
She's reading very quickly.
She's all right. The guy to her, the left on the screen, not to her left, but the left on the screen with the pencil.
Stage left.
Actually, in Dubai, we now have 500 tons shipped, and that is one example of many.
Oh, he's
now,
doing the
another
flips?
pattern that I'm deeply worried about is transparency. We have pressed
What was
you
that?
for
A
information.
signal?
Our staffs
Tap, tap.
have sent you countless
Tap.
emails
Flick.
and briefing requests
Flick.
so we can do our job here. There are hundreds of unanswered requests and no
Maybe I didn't go
effort
back
to
far enough.
address them. And Mr. Secretary,
Whatever.
that's got to change. Even your plan to reorganize the State Department came with no information on the 270 offices you are moving
And
to
this hand is
eliminate,
itchy, huh?
the proposed layoffs, or how
there he goes.
USAID would be merged into state. I won't ask you whether impounding
That is incredibly
billions of dollars
distracting.
is legal. It is not. I won't ask you whether it's efficient to pay people not to work or fire them without determining staffing needs. But, and I won't ask you if cutting 91% of our counter narcotic and law enforcement programs make us safer, abruptly abandoning agreements with allies makes us stronger, or ceding our global leadership to China makes us more prosperous. Of course not. We know that. We have worked together for years in a bipartisan way to advance U.S. interests and fund those programs. So with respect to my colleagues, how long are we going to sit here and watch this silently? Are we going to roll over as Trump tramples our laws and undermines our U.S. leadership, burns down what we have spent decades building, and let millions
Centuries.
of people across
Yeah,
our globe
centuries.
suffer and die? Or are we going to stand up, push back, assert our constitutional power of the purse? And to my colleagues on both sides, this is the moment to decide whether this committee continues to be a powerful bipartisan force, a force that I think we've all been proud of for a very long time, a force that is focused on safety and economic strength and national security, focused on leading the world in research and development and countering China and others with our soft power and our military power. Every single member of this committee knows what we are risking by letting this administration tear down so much. On USAID and other programs, we can always talk about how we can make things work better and other reforms. I don't think any of us are opposed to any of those considerations. We have been doing that in a bipartisan way for a long time. But that's not actually what Trump's fiscal year 2026 budget proposes. Now, Mr. Secretary, I know you would like to give a 5-minute speech back to me, but I only have a few seconds left, and I do need some information from you. As I said, we have asked and have not gotten. Can you tell me, will you share the text and details with my staff of your agreement with El Salvador and any other similar arrangements, including the funding details that we need to have?
Well, first, I'd like to respond to your 7-minute speech, which is primarily, I disagree like 99% of it. It's just not true. We've done nothing that's illegal. We've been in over 600 briefings to Congress. We've asked questions. We've answered questions repeatedly. We get hundreds of questions a day. We respond them as quickly as possible. And your characterization of the moves that we made
Mr. Secretary, I would
false.
just tell you, we are here because we need the information so that we can write our budget and on a bipartisan.
Well, you'll have the information you need to write a budget.
Okay, so will we get the details on the El Salvador arrangement? Yes or no?
Well, which Salvador arrangement?
Your
which
agreement
one?
That you've made with them about.
What agreement? The president of El Salvador agreed to take in 250 gangbangers, and we sent
funding
them.
details we have not gotten. We need
He's
to see
such
what
a
the costs
prick.
are and the-
Well, we
I
haven't
know.
funded that. We've provided them law enforcement assistance.
But
I know
that-
you just claimed that we cut all this law enforcement assistance. We provided El Salvador and other countries law enforcement assistance. They have the right to spend that money any way they wish. But they did us a big favor. They took 250 dangerous trained out. We didn't deport any
Okay,
U.S. residents. No U.S. residents
I'm
were
not going to
reported.
argue with you on that.
Well,
We
it's
have
not
to-
an argument, but don't say we deported U.S. residents because we didn't. I don't deport anybody.
I'm not asking.
But we didn't deport
I'm
U.S.
asking
residents.
you whether we can see the details of the arrangements.
They just
including
get
the funding
deported
details.
magically.
I'm giving you
Yeah,
some
right.
details. The arrangements are we provide law enforcement funding to El Salvador, among other countries. How they choose to spend that
Okay,
money internally is
take
up to
that as
them.
a no.
Wow.
But I
But
can tell you,
Can
Wow.
you give me the details on the 200 plus offices you're proposing to
sure, we've
eliminate?
provided that.
We need that. Can I get your commitment to
Sure, of
give
course.
us those? How about
It's part of our reorg.
How about the details and justifications of your proposed rescissions from programs you claim are out of alignment with administration priorities? Are
Well,
we going to get the details of that, funding priorities?
On rescissions and impoundment and things of this nature, that's obviously an OMB function, and I would talk to them about that in regard to what's going to go on with
Vought.
that money. I can
Passing
tell
the
you the
buck.
contracts we canceled.
That's Vaught's
And I can list
department.
to you the contracts we canceled and the rationale why, because I went through
Can you
them
get
myself.
those to us like today? So we can
contracts?
make our- Yes, and the funding arrangements that you've made. That's what I'm asking for.
Funding arrangements with who?
For any of the rescissions, for any of the funding, for any of the multiple congressional directives that you have given out so that we as an appropriations committee can make our funding decisions.
Sure, you're going to have all that information
you.
when you
I
put together a
appreciate
budget.
Thank you. I enjoyed that.
I enjoyed that.
I enjoyed that. Nasty.
I love how he's like, oh, I disagree with like 99% of that, but like he is in violation of the law.
Correct. Just like Cash Patel.
Yeah.
Like you don't get to be late and you'll get it to him later.
Just
You
like
need to do it now or you're
Christine
going to be. How dare you? How dare you? This isn't her.
rolling out his $175 billion plan for America's Golden Dome missile defense.
Golden Dome.
What is this fucking filter?
Why does he look like King Midas over here?
He looks like he's trying to cosplay as Tweety Bird. Canary yellow ass
system.
I promise the American.
Wait, yo, did it have the? Hold on. That's too funny. It's got the Google thing right there in the corner. Like they didn't even.
Oh my god! They didn't even bother taking the Google logo off the picture.
For America's Golden Dome missile.
Yo, I could watch Fox News all day.
Defense system.
I promised the American people that I would build a cutting-edge missile defense shield to protect our.
Yo, what is all these fucking picture frames?
Well, that's his dad over there on the frame right, and his mom, and
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 15 fucking frames up? What?
I'm surprised they're not all gold.
Not everybody gets gold. Just the ones they love.
Our homeland from the threat of foreign missile attack. This design for the Golden Dome will integrate with our existing defense capabilities and should.
Golden Dome from rockets from whom?
Yeah, what, Mikey? When was the last time the United States suffered a missile attack on our mainland?
Well, I mean, today probably. Canada loves to send over their military grade pigeons, also known as Canada Goose, and they are launching ballistic shit right at us.
I'm very
on a daily basis.
I'm very surprised that Trump didn't try to reinstate like the Star Wars laser defense system that Reagan was trying to do up in space. Like America already has a missile defense system, a missile defense strategy, but America is a very large country. So it's not. Israel is very tiny. This is where he got this from. The Iron Dome. Where Israel is very tiny, and there's not a lot of space. And the Iron Dome defense system was meant to thwart rocket attacks from their borders. Our borders are Mexico and Canada. Now I know he's gone to great lengths to piss them off. However, any missile that's shot at us that's not from Mexico or Canada is shot from oceans away. Oceans away. And we have a defense system for that already.
No, we don't. We need what Israel has. Never mind the 7 trillion military bases, all with radar, all over the globe, so that we can tell even if a rocket leaves somewhere.
Right.
We know where it's going. But no, that is insufficient. We need all of that and to give. Well, let's hear him say it.
To be fully operational before the end of my term.
Ultimately, this right here, the Golden Dome for America is
Oh my God, Pete Hegseth.
Look at this. Look at this.
How can you take anything that Pete Hegseth says seriously?
How you gonna just obviously leave Hawaii and Alaska off the goddamn dome? This is some bullshit. I want the dome to cover me too.
You know, the last time the United States territory was actually attacked was Hawaii, right? It was Pearl Harbor.
How come ain't no dome on Hawaii? This is some bullshit, yo.
You have a large naval base there. You need the dome there.
No, this is wrong. You need to expand the fucking dome all the way to the Aleutian Peninsula. Not
okay, with the super chat says not tiny enough.
Yo, I mean, word. It's how you just gonna leave out Alaska? It's right there next to Russia. They definitely need the Golden Dome.
If
Japan already attacked Hawaii, and those are the top targets. You've got them out there, out the dome.
If any places need a missile defense system, it's Hawaii and Alaska.
Yo, he finna sell them back. That's what's gonna happen. If you ain't in the dome, you out. Crazy.
It's a generational investment in the security of America and Americans.
Leading aerospace and defense company Lockheed Martin could be a major contributor to this project. Their chief operating officer, Frank St. John, joins me now. Frank, good morning to you. So what are the capabilities that
They definitely have a type over there, huh?
Yeah, they do.
Lockheed has that can help with this?
It's a Rupert Murdoch thing.
Yes.
Morning, Carly. As the nation's leading provider of missile defense.
Yo, what's going on behind him?
He's got robots making shit.
What's going on behind him?
Defense systems. Lockheed Martin brings field.
They burning CDs? What is this?
Proven capabilities in space, airborne,
They're
and
making floppy disks.
There's no way please there's no way I can listen to what the fuck he's saying. I'm with a robot arm like this. What the hell
What
we
are
doing?
they making back there?
What are we doing?
You know, those robots replace workers.
No, look, there's 2 workers there instead of 50.
to defeat threats and command and control capabilities to integrate all of that together.
And this Golden Dome could ultimately block nuclear missiles shot from on the ground and in space as well?
We already have
Yes,
that.
and there are, significant analysis of the existing and growing threat.
We already have that. And
We already have one of those.
And you fired, and then we couldn't rehire some of the people that took care of ours.
Yeah.
But hey, so much for the counterattack. You know what I'm saying?
That have created the demand for this system to be fielded now. And so we are bringing those combat.
Yo, these pictures are so funny.
Yo, are they talking about like a fucking energy shield? Is that what's going on here?
Are we getting the energy shields from Halo?
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, we're the Covenant. We are the Covenant. Oh no, we're the Covenant.
Listen, if they make an energy shield, I'd be like, all right, guys, at least it was worth something. But like, missile defense is not a fucking actual golden. I don't know if Trump understands. He probably doesn't. He probably doesn't understand that it's not an actual dome that they're going to build. Like the fucking.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be in his head. It is literally the gold hexagons in the sky.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're not like fucking shields like Star Trek where you fucking raise the shields and it'll deflect the torpedoes or whatever. Like
he's gonna throw a golf ball at it.
What currently what the Iron Dome is a point missile defense system where you're shooting missiles at rockets.
Missiles at missiles.
Missiles at missiles. It's not 100% effective, right? Like we saw that a couple of years ago when that October 7th thing happened, when all those rockets came in. It's not 100% effective. Rockets still get through. But if Trump thinks like there's going to be a fucking energy shield around the country, first of all, how's he going to power that? Those things are powered by like
space magic.
Yeah, space magic, like
dilithium,
dilithium. Or like, I don't know, an arc reactor, like some Iron Man shit. Technology that doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist to you. But I have concepts of a shield.
Tony Stark built this in a cave. I
mean, like, are we really trusting Hegseth to put up the impenetrable shield? This guy? This is the guy in charge of the project? Yowzers. Hope it doesn't get out on signal.
Proven capabilities, as well as working with all of industry and all of the technology companies to knit together this capability that will defend against those threats that you mentioned, as well as cruise.
This will make us 100% vulnerable, not 100% secure.
Yeah.
Putting everything into one failsafe is an easy way for Elon to turn the lights off.
Yeah.
Because they're going to use Starlink. So it's really easy for Elon to just turn the lights off. All the bad happens. And he says, I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to mess up.
This is waste, fraud, and abuse. That's
literally.
This is a bridge to nowhere.
And where is it coming out of? The Pentagon. Who'd have thunk it?
Well, I mean, they just gave. I mean, in this budget that they're passing, they gave the Pentagon an extra $150 billion
over last year.
Yeah. So, you know.
Missiles and intermediate ballistic missiles and other threats as well.
Well, it's fascinating, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that the robotic arms that are operating behind you and people walking past. So clearly, all systems at Lockheed Martin this morning, and I imagine that
those robots aren't doing
the
anything.
Golden Dome and building it and creating it would be a job creator.
Yeah, them robots are pretending to work, aren't they? I haven't seen one fucking thing come off that line.
Those robots make coffee.
No, those robots do something else, Tim.
Oh God. I see. That's the stress relief area in Lockheed Martin.
Get your body scan first. Get your body scan first.
It is, and
oh dear God.
And yeah, the work of deterrence is a 24/7 operation, and you see that in process here. And yes, there's going to be jobs in California, Colorado.
Oh my God! What if the robot took your keys?
Oh my God!
Like a dick. Just
Alabama, Arkansas, New Jersey, New York, all over the country. This is going to be a system that's built domestically here in the United States, and we're really proud to take a leading role in bringing President Trump's vision to reality.
Okay, so let's talk about how some of our adversaries are feeling about the president's announcement yesterday. Chinese Foreign Ministry put out this statement this morning saying this undermines global strategic balance and stability. China expresses serious concern over this. We urge the United States to abandon the development and deployment of a global missile defense system as soon as possible. This is a defensive technology, so how do you feel about that and where they're coming from here?
Well, what we've seen historically is that the thing that leads to conflict is a lack of deterrence.
Yeah.
And so our belief, along with the administration, is that having strong deterrence is the best way to deter conflict. And so we're looking forward to
Cap. That's Cap.
Yeah.
You capping.
Yeah.
It sends a message like, hey, let's get this trade thing negotiated. Also, I'm just putting up these big fucking putting up this giant anti-air missile thing here. Just don't mind me. Not totally not planning to betray you.
This is this is the kind of thing that got us into trouble with Russia. We put missile defense systems far too close to the Russian border, and NATO got into some real trouble, and Russia felt like it had to react. Like, I'm not being an apologist for Putin, but we were putting missiles real close to the Russian border.
Like Tim Pool.
And it aggravated Putin. And the subsequent actions were taken. Like, America is so aggressive with its own, like, we're just going to do defense here. Our global missile shield will protect us from all these threats, China. And, China's like, guys, what the fuck?
It's like, okay, I thought we were trying to work it out. I thought you said we were working it out, and then you just started getting restraining orders against me. Like, what is this? Are we talking or not talking? I've not been in that situation. For real, I haven't. Don't try to look me up. I realized I was like, I'm being too sarcastic. Too sarcastic.
All right, Mikey, I got one more for you.
Slap it to me. Big time.
Fettuccine, linguine, martini, bikini.
Absolutely.
Senator Blumenthal.
Yes.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Yes, person impersonator. Unbox layers
Madam
tonight.
Secretary.
Oh, yes.
I'm sure you've seen the recent reports that your agency is going to sponsor a reality show, TV show, in which immigrants would compete for U.S. citizenship.
Now, Mikey, our reality TV show president,
yes,
wants to do what? Running Man? Has he
Marathon
seen
Man?
Marathon Man? He wants to do Marathon Man, and I don't think Arnold can take that.
Or Blade Runner.
Blade Runner, yeah. Like he's such a fucking 80s movie villain. It's so ridiculous.
The most dangerous game.
By the way, Donald Trump is both figuratively and kind of literally the villain in most 80s movies. If you think about it.
I mean, now that he's teamed up with the South Africans, I mean, this has got Lethal Weapon 2 all over it. Diplomatic community.
There you go. Christine in the chat says Hunger Games. Yeah, I mean that's where
Running
he's
Man.
going with this. Running Man. Yeah.
Speaking of Mel Gibson,
Is DHS seriously vetting a reality show for immigrants to
turn it up.
obtain U.S. citizenship? Your spokesperson is quoted in the Wall Street Journal. I'm going to ask that
Turn it
article
up.
be in the record, Mr. Chairman, if there's no objection, saying that, quote,
Logan's Run. There
it's
we go.
in
there we
the
go.
very beginning stages of that vetting process. Each proposal undergoes a thorough vetting process prior to denial or approval.
Sir, we have no knowledge of a reality show. There may have been something submitted to the department, but I did not know
So
anything
you
about
can
this
confirm that
reality
you're not
show
considering
until the reporter reached out. We told him we have no knowledge of it. We don't know what he's talking about. And they still printed wrong information. So that
spokesperson
article,
said-
in fact, they had to change it later because they lied so bad and they had us
didn't
on
know
the
nothing
record
about that.
saying, I had no knowledge of a reality show. The department didn't. There may have been something submitted somewhere along the line because there are proposals pitched to the department, but me and my executive team have no knowledge of a
Well,
reality
I
show
hope
and it's
that
not under
your response
consideration.
is to confirm that you will not do a reality show
There are no plans whatsoever to do a reality show.
and that
On
your
that.
spokesperson was completely misquoted as saying that it was being vetted.
That article was completely inaccurate and false. And the fact that they
Let me
printed
go
it
to
when they
some
knew
of
it was
the
false
expenditures.
was a dereliction of their work.
Let me go to some of the expenditures that your department is making. $200 million for an
The
ad
puppy
campaign
sniper.
fawning over President Trump's supposed accomplishments. $21 million between January and April for transporting around 400 immigrants to Guantanamo Bay. About half of them were flown back to the United States. $6 million to
21
Salvador
million
to
we spent for that.
imprison
21 million we spent for that. I think it was like 5 days.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
flew all them people down there. Tons of personnel, our military personnel had to fly down there to set up them tents just for them to leave in 2 weeks because it was going to cost too much money. $21 million. Meanwhile, the USAID bill was like 180 million.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that for the
Yeah.
whole shebang.
I don't think it is. I think USAID's budget was $60 billion.
Billion. Yeah, 60
Yeah.
billion.
But
we can just keep doing this shit over and over and over
Yeah.
again. They
Yeah.
were gonna do that, what, $21 million every fucking 3 weeks, every 2 weeks,
Yeah. Yeah.
just to fly people somewhere. So stupid.
300 individuals in a prison known for grave human rights violation, and many more, including $1,000 to immigrants wishing to self-deport. I understand one of the planes left within the last 24 hours. None of these expenditures are in your present budget. Aren't you going to run out of money before the end of this fiscal year? The continuing resolution doesn't cover any of it.
No, all the dollars being spent are being utilized as authorized and appropriately for the
Well,
situation.
none of them
That
have
flight
been
that left
authorized,
yesterday,
though, under the
flight that-
continuing resolution or any other way that we normally authorize monies. You're just spending recklessly, and it would seem wastefully, without authorization. That's against the law.
Well, Senator, I completely disagree with you. I'm doing the job that the Secretary of Homeland Security is supposed to be doing, the one that the last secretary refused to do, that endangered the future of our
you may
country.
think That doesn't
mean
What
you
I'm
can just
doing is
spend all
making
the
sure
money.
we're enforcing
You
our laws,
operate
and that
under
people who are here that are
authorization
criminal, illegal
that
aliens
this
are
committee
returned home.
provides. You are acting in a way you think you're doing your job, but
The
you
American
also have a
people
responsibility
told
to
us
follow
to
the
do
law.
this job. The American people overwhelmingly in the last election.
You only get so much money to do whatever you want with. You don't just get to spend whatever you want, to do whatever you want, to whoever you want. Like, what the fuck is wrong with them? This is what happens when you don't have like politicians in politics. I hate to say it, or at
Yeah.
least somebody who understands the fucking structure of the system. They got these fucking reality TV stars up in here, and they're idiots. They're absolute morons.
And Kristi Noem was the governor of a state. She was an executive.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, she was the governor of South Dakota, I want to say.
Well, there's like 17 people there,
Yeah,
and 90% of it is reservation. So she
So-
did nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. And she is going to run out of money before the end of June. And that is the end of the fiscal year. So the Republicans better be giving Homeland Security a butt ton of money in that budget because she's just going to burn through it.
Nope, don't give her nothing.
Said, we want a secure border. We want to make sure that no
They did
longer
not tell
are the
you
scales of
to
justice
act
tipped in favor
outside
of
your legal
criminals.
authority and spend money that is not in your budget
All money is
authorized
being
by
spent
this
according to how it
Congress
is
or
authorized
any
and
other Congress.
appropriately.
Let me ask you
That
about
doesn't even make sense.
the money that is being used to supposedly repatriate Afghan allies, refugees to this country from the Taliban, Ukrainians who have fled here from Russian aggression. Can you confirm that money is being taken from the foreign aid allocation?
Are you talking about
I can neither
the temporary
confirm nor
protective
deny that.
status program?
Tim, I want to see that music
So
video.
The repatriation supposedly of those individuals here under the temporary protected status program.
Yeah, so we do have thousands of individuals that are here that have been protecting or been participating in the TPS program. That has been reevaluated to see if that program is still being utilized the way that it is supposed to be, as intended by Congress when it was laid out.
There are
If that is
documents
always
that have
intended
been
to be,
publicly reported that say the administration is going to use money from the foreign aid program, AID, to send those people back to countries where they will be persecuted, tortured, and perhaps killed.
We're encouraging-
as the Afghan allies would be. Let me finish my question, ma'am. Where they will be potentially.
Oh, he's from your state, he's from your state, isn't he?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Motherfucker. He always sneaking in some Connecticut motherfuckers. Always
Hey,
sneaking in
listen.
the back door. I was like, wait a minute.
I'm just saying. They're just out there representing. I'm just saying.
I ain't mad at you.
Killed, tortured Afghan allies who served us during our wars there, saved lives of American soldiers and diplomats, are going to be sent back to the Taliban using foreign aid money. Can you confirm that's the plan that's been reported in the Washington Post this morning?
no, I won't confirm that because that's not true. Those individuals have an opportunity to apply for asylum and other programs where they will be protected if their lives
There
are
is
in
a
danger
plan
from
to
the
send
government
back
that's in their
anyone
country.
who can't
Time
qualify
has
for asylum.
expired.
Oh, she's not answering
Senator
that
Moody.
question. She's not answering that question.
Thank you, Chairman Rand, and welcome.
That's not true. Those individuals have an opportunity to apply for asylum and other programs where they will be protected if their lives
There
are in
is a
danger
plan
from
to
the
send
government
back
that's in their
anyone
country.
who can't
Time
qualify
has
for
expired.
asylum.
Senator Moody.
She straight up didn't answer that question. As soon as
Should I
you
go
said
up?
time
Time's up.
expired. Time's up. Oh well.
And that's so fucked up. Like people who were translators and people who collaborated, who definitely risked their lives for God knows what, and then to just not get. I mean, it's crazy. I think that the Supreme Court put it through that the Venezuelans lost their temporary protected status. So I think that was 250,000 people that came here the right way, came here illegally, and then Trump says, never mind, that way's not legal anymore.
Right.
I thought you guys wanted it the legal way. Guess you lied. Guess it was all just racism after all.
So Mike, we got a couple things that I don't have a clip for because they happened at the Supreme Court, but the Supreme Court in a 4-4 decision denied Oklahoma from opening a religious charter school that would be publicly funded.
That's good.
Amy Coney Barrett was the one judge who didn't vote. She recused herself from the case because she had a conflict of interest.
Okay.
So the 4-4 means that it's been denied because there wasn't a majority vote.
Right. You must
and,
win to win.
happening while we were doing the show, a U.S. District Judge has said that the president cannot dismantle the Department of Education and has ordered fired workers to be reinstated.
Woohoo! That's good news.
It is good news.
I like that.
Here,
I like that.
I got a button for that.
You don't have time to make breakfast. You're gonna have an exciting life now.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save this. We have to watch something after this is over. I will open this with no sound. Okay, good. I will post the link in the chat for everybody to watch. I don't care if you don't like basketball or not. This was I never felt so alive. Never felt so alive. We don't normally talk sports. I want to get a sports show on the network. Because now that we're starting to kind of like get a groove for things, now we can like kind of have some of our more fun shows now that our headlining and tough topics are being discussed.
Yeah.
Show our human side, if you will. The IDF is shooting at diplomats, EU diplomats in the West Bank. Okay. And I think two Israeli what's it called? Diplomats got shot in New York or in DC last night.
2 Israeli embassy staffers were shot dead in DC. They were apparently dating as well.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, what fun.
And another plane crashed in San Diego, another small plane.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah, listen, our air travel system is fucked.
Like Antarctica. How cold can it really get? Can't be the worst. Oh, dude, we got to do this on Unbox today. Fucking Cenk Uygur and Marjorie Taylor Greene. Are you kidding me, bruh? Are you kidding me?
Mikey, we called it. Rand Paul says he's not voting for the
I told you.
Called it. I'm not hearing your sounds.
Oh.
There we go.
Gotcha, dog.
So that's one Republican. I think 3 more need to say they're not voting for it.
I think Hawley's going to be out.
I think Hawley's going to be out. I think McConnell might not vote for it because he's really against the Medicaid cuts.
Yep. Especially, and then this is the thing, because every time Trump does one thing to piss off a group, and he's like, whatever, they have to follow me anyway. But when it starts like stacking up, like look at Kentucky. They just got smashed by the tariffs. Now he wants to cut Medicaid and Medicare. The tornadoes come through.
Yeah.
They didn't have enough people working in their weather station because of the NOAA cuts. Now there's they don't know what's going on with FEMA. You know what I mean? So it's going to be hard for Kentucky to, even though all this is happening, and it's all happening in concert, and there's one fucking guy who's behind all of this. They're gonna be like, fuck you. Nah, dog, this is how it happens. This is how places flip.
Yeah. And honestly, this is how you get Republicans to vote against Trump.
Exactly. This is how the midterm shift. Like it sucks that this has to happen and all of this completely unnecessary bullshit has to happen, but this is what will change minds.
Yeah. All right, Mikey, let's wrap it up, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else.
I don't think
Pierce Morgan tells Mehdi Hassan, you were right on Israel. No shit, Sherlock.
Is Pierce Morgan on some sort of like apology tour?
I think he's kind of deworming. You know what I mean? I think he got like a couple of I think it was, I forget who came on his show, and they didn't yell at him. And they were just like, how are you so wrong? And then like after that, he kind of like he started chirping anytime like one of these Israeli representatives would come on there and they would lie right to his face. And then like he's like, well, wait a minute. How do you know how many how do you know how many of them were Hamas? No, surely you must. No, you've been saying this whole time. You're like a must. You're like a must. And he just fucking went, and he has never been the same. He was like, they are lying to me. He got very upset about being lied to. And now he's on guard about it. So sucks to find out now.
Yeah. Sucks to suck.
A lot of people tried to tell you that, but
Tide goes in, tide goes out. You can't explain that.
got me.
Yeah, that's it for today. Well, that's not it for today. We have a show tonight, Mikey.
We
Unbox
do.
Politics.
And I'm sure my little kid will be totally asleep for the show, even though she just woke up at 11:30 on a Thursday, like a fucking burnout.
Join us at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Unbox Politics. 8 p.m. Central, I guess, whatever. Where we'll watch some clips and review some people being stupid, I'm sure.
Go Pacers.
Go Knicks.
Yeah, you're a Knicks fan.
I'm not a Knicks fan, but
dude,
whatever.
we are watching
they've sucked forever.
We are watching the clip after this. Actually, you know what? I think if as long as we don't stream it, I think it'll get demonetized or whatever, but that's fine. We'll do it for the patrons. Patrons, you're going to see the reaction to the video that I put in chat. Everybody, we love you so much. Thank you and good night.